Try to get hired.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, everyone.
We're going to open up with a prayer. Mr. Powell going to open us up with an invocation.
Lord, we're thankful today you've given us to do good work, serve your people, God. We ask you help us to do our best and do what's right in your eyes. Thank you for it. Give you praise.
Amen. Amen.
All right, today is August 15th, 2023. It's 10:03 a.m. We'll call this meeting to order. We have a quorum. I'd like to acknowledge the guests that are here. Open the public hearing. I don't think we've had anybody signed up who want to speak. So we're going to deliberate and consider action on the following items. Submission and discussion of tax rate and truth in taxation worksheet, Commissioner's Court by Ms. Melissa Burks.
Good morning, Court.
Morning.
Okay, you see on your first page is the rate calculations for tax year 2023 by entity. Our first entity is county. Why do you show the no new revenue cause? That's the rate that is used to calculate the voter approval rate. So for county, it's 0.455271 for $100 of value. No new revenue rate is 0.458866 per $100 of value. The voter approval rate for county with plus the unused increment rate And you're allowed a 3.5% increase, which is 0.471205 for $100 of value. Our special road and bridge, 0.132968 for $100 of value on the no new revenue M&O rate. $2,316 for $100 of value. Voter approval, 0.137621 for $100 of value. Our M&O total general fund is 0.588239 for $100 of value. Our no new revenue total M&O in the general fund is 0.641182, making our voter approval rate 0.608826 for $100 of value. We'll go on to lateral road, which is also called farm to market flood control. No new revenue M&O rate, 0.069024 for $100 of value. Our no new revenue rate, 0.0688, $100. Given this fund, lateral road, a voter approval rate of 0.071439 for $100 of value. Now, our de minimis rate, we remember that's the rate that will raise $500,000 in the additional levy. That rate is 0.035986 for $100.
Okay, now,
Increment rate from tax year 21 and 22, 0.1045 for $100 of value.
she's finally separating her hours like she's putting, when she reviews and takes
Hey, can y'all
reports.
mute your phone, please?
All right, well, new fill hours need to be billed. So all this time she's been reading reports, she had none of that.
Hey, Dave. David Bandit.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and the unused.
Yes, I'm here.
I have a,
Hey, I was just asking if you could mute your phone. Okay, thanks.
okay, if you'll look on page 4, you will see our unused increment rate worksheet. It is a 3-year look back. In tax year 2020, the actual tax rate was the voter approval. So with 21, it's 0.076447.
Where you at? You on page 4?
On page, right where you're at. See, right here, 2020
Okay.
was 0.
Okay.
Okay. The unused increment rate is the difference of the adopted tax rate and the voter approval rate. So if you adopt the voter approval rate, your unused increment in 21, our unused increment rate is 0.076447. 22, our unused increment rate is 0.028198. So that is where we now have 0.104645. If the court uses none of it this year, it won't hurt you. So because 2020, but it was 0 anyway. I just wanted to make sure everyone realized it's a 3-year look back and it's not going to affect in any way.
So what do you, so
You won't lose any, you won't lose any pennies because of 2020
So is it a large sum or minute or?
for 10 cents.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can,
Yeah.
yeah, over $1 million.
okay.
But yeah, you're gonna. Okay, voter 0.784910. Okay,
But if you just take it and say we're getting $8 million on 70 cents and you add another 10 cents to it, getting another 1 point,
almost 1.5.
yeah, there's a lot of money.
Almost 1.5 million.
Yeah.
But you're gonna, you might have I mean, your taxpayers will not be very happy at all.
It's not a good.
I'm a taxpayer. I wouldn't be happy, but anyway, and y'all are
Right,
taxpayers,
exactly. Yeah.
you know? Total 2023, and I didn't change that. I apologize. Total 2023 tax, no new revenue M&O rate is 0.657263 for $100 of
Back
value.
to this sheet.
What?
We're back to this sheet.
Yes,
Okay.
right here. Come back to the first page. I'm just giving the totals. Okay. The no new revenue rate total is 0.7095. The de minimis rate is 0.035986 for $100 of value. Our voter approval rate, because of that unused increment rate, is 0.784910 per $100 of value. The legislature took some things away in 19 from counties, but they threw the counties a bone with this unused increment rate. So I'll go on to this. I will read the worksheets line by line in the next commissioners court session, if the court so wishes. I will meet with each one of you individually. I have some scheduled and go line by line at my office. And any other taxpayer that would like to come, I will make an appointment and go one-on-one. We will, okay. I want the second page, tax rate calculation examples. Right. This is really, this says detailed steps in calculating the no new revenue rate. By the time you get to prior year taxes, you've done a lot. It's also not on last year's certified value. It's as of the last supplement, which changes. It is a game changer, and it was this year. 20 tax year 22 year supplements, not counting the prior year, but I'll get to that in a minute. So you take your prior year taxes as on the date of calculation, plus taxes on prior year values lowered in court decisions are subject to an appeal and under Chapter 42, plus taxes refunded for tax years preceding the prior year. That's where the prior year comes in. You have issued refunds for prior years and taken out of your current year money. And that's where they help. Because you are doing the best you can to compare 1 year, last year to this year. Minus taxes on de-annexed territory, minus taxes on that property value not taxable in current year because it received an exemption or special. That was over $11 million this year.
What's an example of that? Would you?
Someone, if they, on January 2nd, they apply for ag.
Okay.
Someone comes in and says, hey, I'm a veteran. I'm 100% disabled. I've been disabled for 5 years. They get banned. There are a couple of examples of that. Yes, it should. I salute our veterans. Minus taxes paid to a TIF fund equal adjusted prior year's taxes. Then you take the total value on the current year's certified roll plus estimated value that will be placed on property under protest or not included in certification. We don't have any of that. Minus value of property annexed after January 1 of prior year. Built after January 1 of minus value of pollution control. Exempted from the first time minus captured appraisal value in a TIF fund equal your adjusted current year's taxable value. So it's adjusted prior year taxes divided by adjusted current year's taxable value times 100 equals your no new revenue rate. Or y'all can ask me questions when I meet with any that want to meet. Okay? On the next page, example 10 is the voter approval. It is the no new revenue M&O tax rate based on prior year's M&O property taxes and sales tax revenue spent for M&O times 1.035 plus any government rate minus sales tax equals your voter approval rate. Now, we know in cases of disaster, if the governor or the president declares a disaster and it affects our county, we are one of the named counties, then we use 1.08 because of the disaster.
So did we use that this year?
Exempts.
What about COVID? What about Hurricane Laura?
COVID doesn't qualify. It has to be a hurricane, pandemics, or do not qualify.
We didn't get Laura neither.
No, because we didn't take it last year. It was all for, but anyway, okay.
So did we take it over over the last 5 years where we had a presidential
sir.
direction?
We have
Okay.
in 2020. Okay, I have included several things in here, showing y'all what the rates were called and what they are now called. Those that have been around for a long time know it used to be effective and rollback and maintenance and operation. The de minimis rate is new. Unused increment is new. Are there any questions? Does the court have any questions or for me?
Right, wants to know how much back taxes.
That is how many back taxes. I will get that number and get it to you if you will send me an email or your email. Okay,
Veteran.
I will definitely get that number for you.
Very good for me, for a first-time commissioner. Very good explanation of how this works, easy to follow. Appreciate all the spreadsheets.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for that. No questions. Good.
Yeah,
Okay.
Great, yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And I know you guys know, I also have back here about the meetings. It's in your paperwork. But anyway, if y'all so wish, the next commissioner court meeting, put me on it. You should wear some comfortable shoes, comfortable clothes, and it'll take at least 2 hours.
Let me just ask, watched that last year. And 2 minutes into it, I threw it to the side and said, this is ridiculous. What's the value in you going through that exercise with the court, in your opinion?
The court, if the court requests it, I do it.
But
It's to try to help the court understand.
Yeah.
What is what is actually going on in the process.
and I appreciate that.
Very few do it.
Yeah.
But it is to line by line, explain it and where everyone can understand.
But we're doing that one-on-one in your office.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. That's why I said if the court so wishes,
Yes. And
I will.
if anybody wants to come to your office,
Oh, yes.
you're available.
They look for appointments.
It's like doing your taxes. But I just was wondering, I
Come
mean,
on by and see.
is there anybody, are we gonna want her to go through? Require that? I mean, I personally
Well,
don't.
that's something y'all can think about.
All right, well, thank you, Ms. Burks.
Thank you.
All right, item number 2, discussing of appropriate authorize or advertise request for bids for construction on the criminal district attorney's office. We got one bid and it exceeded 50,000, so we need to, try to get some more contractors to bid on it. To meet the
I'll make a motion.
motion made by Commissioner Fondy. Second by Commissioner Benson. All in favor? All against? All right. Item number 3 is discussing of appropriate authorized to advertise request for proposal for IT services for Newton County. Basically, we're paying this year, it looks like it's gonna be about 70,000 for IT service. We're over the 50,000 limit again. You know, we need to put out for proposals and, you know, court accept.
So the contract that we currently have with the IT now, does it expire or has it expired? Or
It has not expired as of yet, but it's,
does it have an expiration date?
Well, what we have in place now is just the $1,300 for backup. Yeah, it's $15,600. It charges.
I'm just asking, do we have a contract in place and is it time for it to expire? That's what we're doing, right?
yeah, we don't have a contract or it's under under 50,000. We just have an agreement.
So could we go into executive session and discuss this? Because I got some questions that I don't know that they should be asked in open court. My questions or things like that. I guess I should ask. I don't know who to ask. I'd like to go into executive session if we can. That's what I should ask.
Okay, well, let's move down to.
All right, let's move. We'll move down to item number 4. Discussing of appropriate authorized to advertise to sell Peterbilt mechanics truck with auctioneer. I know we voted on this before, but, and took no action on it. We then voted to not getting too much action on it, so to cover everything, we want to relist it with an auctioneer service.
We're gonna set a minimum on it.
Yes.
We're not just gonna sell it, are we?
No,
Okay.
still have a note on it. And, we got, Brandon here from Purple Wave. Yeah, we still got one more note on it. You did an appraisal on the truck?
Yes. How y'all doing? Good to see you.
Good, good.
Should I be in front of that or should I be?
You can get
Here, I'll come stand on the star. So yes, we did perform an appraisal on the truck. I did speak with Commissioner White yesterday about this. Our appraisals were always very conservative in our numbers, but we're also very confident in that number. I could come up here and I could tell you we could get $500,000 for the truck and then not, and just leave you really sour on the whole process. But 90% confident we can hit it or exceed. When I first heard about the truck, on paper, it is a great truck. There's some unique considerations though. Once we did do the appraisal of this truck, the placement of the crane and the style of the cabinets or what we see in other service trucks that we've auctioned off before. But we also feel that it's, again, a good truck. We do have a large engaged audience compared to what you would see with some of our competitors like Renee Bates, Auctioneer Express, some of the more, we call them regional type auctions. We have a lower expense structure than bigger options like Ritchie Brothers and Iron Planet. We are a no reserve. So I know that the talk of a minimum does come up. But one thing that no reserve means is that we are going to drive bids too. A lot of bidders, when they see no reserve, they know they have a chance at getting that. When you see reserve met, a lot of times what you'll see after that is the bids flatten off, because at that point, that buyer knows what the minimum they'll accept is. And we know kind of like in a business society, hey, what's your bottom dollar? What's the top you'll pay? And we just kind of fall in there. That being said, on the Peterbilt truck, we're confident that we could bring between 135 and 145,000. Obviously, I'd like to bring more. We want to bring. So if we can get it to 180, 200 through our marketing strategy, that's what we want to do. But at 90% confidence rate, we'll have 135 deposit in your account, 145 in that range. Commissioner Benson, I did go to your precinct, did go look at those 2 units of yours. On the motor grader, I couldn't get the hours because the batteries were dead. But on that particular one, we felt we did between 30 and 40 as it sits. Having a good battery in it, tires inflated, being able to run it around. Again, had a tire, I think it had a busted windshield, but as it sits, 20 to 30, easy on it. Of course, again, having video in operation will maximize those. I think I told you all the story, San Augustine County. They felt they were going to get between 2,500 and 5,000 for a motor grader from 17.5 because we put a battery in it, we started it. Again, that's kind of where we are. I'm not gonna jerk y'all around. I know what it's like being deal with taxpayers and you want to maximize, but we would definitely be able to cover that no in the market. I would say that I think it was 78-ish thousand. We would be well beyond.
So no equity?
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, yes, ma'am. Yes, yeah. So we would work with your lender, which I think y'all finance through a loan. Well, okay, but we would work with them, tell them what we were wanting to do. The auction, so that not only our appraisal, we should be able to show there's equity, but if we're able to sell for precinct 1 as well with those 2 pieces of equipment, that total package increases that equity, and it usually makes them more likely to go ahead and work with us. We've worked with private sellers before where they had no equity. So
this action, as this agenda item is written, it doesn't, we're not specifying who we're going to.
I'm just here to give you what we feel And then, yes, sir, it's up to y'all to decide. how you want it. Any other questions? I think I can answer. I'm happy to do so.
I don't have any questions.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. So basically need a motion to authorize. So
I'll make the motion to do that if we can add some verbiage in here to say that we, maybe we need to discuss it, that we have a minimum, figure that we're willing to accept there. And whoever auctions it off, to make sure they honor that.
Contract with the auctioneer. So last year, we frequently used Auctioneer Express. And so if it's something similar, there should be a contract that we would have either with Purple Wave or Auctioneer Express. Looks like you're authorizing to sell it, but it doesn't say any of the amount, any details of it. And so if you take action today, it's just going to be to authorize to sell it. But it doesn't specify who or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
So we're not taking any action if we take action.
We do a contract per sale. So each auction to make it easier. We don't lock y'all into multi-year agreements.
And that's the same that Auctioneer Express did last year. The actual contract itself specified which items were being sold. And then if they decide to sell more, they come back and we have a new contract with them.
We did the same thing. We list our fees.
Well, could we take the bid off and sell it separate? I think a truck alone should bring over 100.
We keep getting down to 100,000.
That's what I'm saying.
We need to keep it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Truck worth a lot more than that.
Well, when I looked at them online, it was like, I think we looked at like 168 was the minimum you've seen for trucks of this. I was thinking that gets 100.
Hell, I'll take the damn truck. I got them. Ain't giving it.
Yeah, that's all we can.
Every piece of equipment on it's got engine.
What's that tick out of it? That truck has been engineered.
Everything on it's got a place. Wait. $9. I'll keep the damn truck.
yeah, I'm not giving it.
No,
I wouldn't give.
I'll sell one of my damn more times.
Well, so the note on it is 70,000.
And it,
It's between the debt services and the road and bridge general. Don't sell it.
I'll tell you, we can utilize it.
Yeah, you don't sell it. Now, what you need to,
I mean, basically, we're not getting anything out of it. We're giving it away.
Hey, give it away.
Yeah.
It's all right. We ain't gotta do it. Just move on.
all right, so you want to take no action?
No, let's just,
No action.
you want no action, bro? I'm telling you.
So we done passed once, we was going
We done
off.
passed. That's right. We done.
Done said we're gonna put new, we done all this one.
So we'll just, there's always criticism of everything, so we just trying to make sure it was legal. But,
I think that's where I'm at. What do you do with the action item? Do you vote a no on the action item so we can keep it, or do you take no action?
No action.
just no action is what I think. All right, we're gonna take no action on number 4. Motion made by Commissioner White, second by Commissioner Benson, all in favor? All against? So, all right, we're gonna go into executive session and, discuss the IT services.
That's 70,000, you could bought that.
All right, we're back on. All right, on, item number 3. We're gonna take no action, so
Make a motion to adjourn.
motion made by Commissioner Powell. All again? Hey, I was fixing to point to that end of the day. You beat me to that.
He stole my thunder.